Hunting has always been my way of life. It's my profession, it's my passion. It's what I do best. My life's been captured on film so I could share it with you. I'm Phil Phillips, and this is my story. I hope you'll join me.
I'm a cowboy, I'm a worldwide cowboy, and there ain't no way you're ever gonna slow me down. I said, I said,
Welcome to today's show. You know, it's always been a goal of mine to complete the North American Super Slam. That's 29 North American big game species. I've got a ways to go. I'd taken a Canadian moose, and the Shiras moose was next on my list. And my good friend and outfitter Daniel Richens actually had a landowner tag available on a fantastic ranch in Utah. That's an offer I just couldn't pass up.
To complete the Super Slam of North America, there are 3 subspecies of the moose. The largest is the Alaska Yukon moose, the Canadian moose, and the smallest but most difficult to obtain a tag for is the Shiras moose, found in the western states south of the Canadian border.
We're in Colville, Utah. This is where I'm meeting Daniel Richens with this Chevron across the street. We're a couple minutes early, so hopefully he'll get here fairly soon. We're going to go find our way out to where we're staying for a big Shiras moose hunt. Really excited about this one.
You know, the Shiras moose tags are so desirable because they're really hard to come by. There's only 3 ways you can acquire a Shiras moose tag. That's through a general drawing, which you could put in your whole life and probably never draw. The second choice is going to a conservation banquet through an auction or a governor's tag. In both those cases, they're usually very expensive. And in this case, I got a CWMU tag, which is a special program in Utah for private land that I obtained through my outfitter.
This area of Utah is vast, and with the leaves off of the brush and trees, the moose are easy to spot. So the plan was to drive Polaris Rangers to the top of the ridges and glass big drainages and locate bulls. Then make a stalk to within bow range or call one in.
I don't know. He's a lot bigger than one across here.
Yeah. Have to wait for him to step out from behind that brush to get a good...
When he's looking this way, his horns tip up right where his hump is. The horns come up right next to the hump. Which I don't know what that means. I don't know how long a moose's neck is.
I don't know, he looks pretty good from the side, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
You know, on our first day we spotted a lot of bulls. Nothing we really wanted to go after. On a property this good, we wanted to put on our time and try to bring out something really special.
As the sun sets on the first day of hunting, Phil is confident he'll have a chance at a massive bull moose. Phil Phillips Unleashed is brought to you by Scentlock, Easton, Matthews, catch us if you can, Burris Optics, New Archery Products, In Mississippi, find your true South. Before we went to commercial break, Phil was on a Shiras moose hunt in Utah. The first day they saw a lot of moose, and it's just a matter of time before Phil gets a shot at a big bull.
Well, the game plan remained the same. We took the Polaris Ranger to the top of the mountain, classed fastest expanses of the ranch, looking for a big bull. And this property has some giant trophy class moose.
It just looks blacker than any of the other shadows on any of the other oak bushes. So I'm gonna pull out my scope.
That bull, I bet's working the top of this hill, coming down to this pond down here. There's a pond down here too, but that's a good. We've spotted him just off the backside of that knob right there.
That's where we've been looking back at it.
That's
from
where
across.
we've been looking back at him from over there.
Right.
Yeah, you can kind of see 34 and 35 way over there.
Right.
So let's just look to make sure. I just wanted to come out and hit this thing.
You know, the one question I get most often on emails, Facebook, and even when I bump into people at the shows is what equipment I'm shooting the current year and why. And Matthews always makes a fantastic product, and they never built a bow that I didn't really enjoy shooting, but I'm really excited about this fall. They've got two new bows out, the Matthews Creed and the Matthews Chill. And I'm showing you the Chill here. It's a 2-cam bow. It's a offshoot of the Monster that I shot my biggest whitetail with a year or so ago. Super lightweight. It's a little bit faster than the Creed. So for hunting out west where I do, where you're hunting antelope, goats, sheep, elk, a little bit of chance for longer shots. It's super accurate at longer ranges. And I got it paired off with the Injection Easton shafts. They're a carbon shaft, small diameter, but with the new technology, they've got an insert instead of an outsert. It's called Deep 6, and it pairs off perfectly with this NAP Kill Zone. This combination creates super accuracy and the ultimate penetration of any hunting arrow I've ever shot. This year, I'm really recommending either the Chill or the Creed. With the injection shafts, the NAP Kill Zone broadheads, you can't go wrong.
Phil and Daniel spot what looks to be a promising bull. And by anyone else's standards, it would have been a shooter. But on this ranch, the hunters passed him up after closer inspection.
We spotted a bull we thought was big enough from a distance, but when we got closer, we decided it wasn't the bull we were looking for. We're going to go to other parts of the ranch to look for some of the big bulls he'd been seeing. I just hope that was a good decision.
Okay, that's the travel route. Mm-hmm. He's talking to her. Well, Daniel just made a comment. He hoped they were moving earlier this evening, and about 30 seconds later, that bull and a cow come walking out of the draw. But he's just a young guy. Surprising he's got a cow all by himself, but we're still thinking the big one's over this next mountain. We just wanted to peek in here first. Watch here for a minute more, see if he doesn't turn up with this cow, but if not, we'll go on around the mountain.
Daniel spotted a big bull feeding in a distant canyon. One look in the spotting scope, and both hunter and guide agreed that he was worth a stalk.
I was able to close the distance on this bull to within 40 yards, but I just couldn't get a shot at him through the thick brush.
Phil ended yet another great day of moose hunting with the expectation of eventually getting a shot at a big Shiras bull. The weather was perfect as the sun rose on the fourth day of Phil's hunt. But before we resume the hunt, Phil has some tips for moose hunters.
You know, it doesn't matter what I'm hunting or what weapon I choose, whether it be a bow, muzzleloader, or rifle. I always want to get as close to my game as possible, and scent control is a major factor, and that's why I choose Scent Killer Gold from Wildlife Research Center. Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Dry technology. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt.
With days running short left in his hunt, Phil and guide Daniel Richens glassed the area where they had seen their best moose a few days earlier. If they spotted him, the plan was to make a stalk.
Well, it was the fourth day of the trip. It was time to make something happen. So we went back after that really good bull we'd seen a few days earlier in the hunt.
I think the wind's going to be good for us, but we're going to go ahead and get prepared anyway. Only got about 45 minutes to get this deal done before it's too dark to video, so we're going to make a quick dash down there. Pretty good bull. We've seen him a couple times, but we're just not seeing the big ones that they have here. With this rut, they're moving all over the place. So I think we'll hopefully make the best of this situation. Oh. That's him.
Well, we spotted the bull and he was in the perfect spot for a stalk, but the light was fading fast, so we had to make something happen, and we had to make it happen now. The deeper in the canyon we went, the darker it got.
Oh. Late in the day, they spotted him, feeding in the oak brush across the canyon.
Well, I let out a couple of grunts, separated the cow from the bull. He came straight to the call and stopped broadside at only 30 yards.
Oh. Oh.
If you'd like to book a guided big game hunt like the one featured in this show, give Steve's Outdoor Adventures a call. The toll-free number and website address are listed on the screen. And Steve will personally help you book the hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime. Will Phil make the shot with light fading fast? Find out after the short commercial break. Phil Phillips Unleashed is brought to you by ScentLock, Easton, Matthews, catch us if you can, Burris Optics, New Archery Products, and Mississippi. Find your true south. When we went to commercial break, Phil had called a big bull to within 30 yards and was about to take the shot.
All the years waiting for a chance to hunt Shiras moose, and here was my chance. I had to make it count.
Oh. 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 That was good. Too dark. I can see the arrow. He's down. Well, we got all the lights we got. Pretty much we can only see one thing at a time, and right now it happens to be me. This big guy piled up in a really rotten spot. We're going to try to bust down some oak here and get him down to the bottom. We're going to shine some lights on him so you get an idea what I've got. Can you pick all that up at all? Man, what a neat hunt. We've seen a pile of bulls and just couldn't find the really big guys that we know are here. And we're going to have to come back in the morning with a lot of help because he's way in the bottom of this canyon. So we'll bring you back with us. Well, folks, like I told you, we'd be back down here with a lot of help. Well, we didn't end up recruiting a lot of help, but we got 2 of these Polaris Rangers, and those things are amazing. We managed to get them all the way down here to the moose. Been playing with these things for a couple weeks with you. We brought my bull elk and 5 guys out with one, so yeah. I'm confident we can get this big boy out of here. But it was just right at the end of video light last night. We watched the footage. You know, it's a little bit dim, but it was an awesome hunt. And as you saw, we ran out of light before we got to the moose. So here's what we got. Proud as I can be. It's a beautiful representative of Shiras moose here in Utah. And you got to sit over on the other side and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. It's pretty amazing.
Wish we'd had a video camera with you.
I know, I could have got the whole thing on video. He come down the canyon and actually left his cow, and you guys were higher up on the hill, and then his cow busted out of there, and I thought he was gone at that point. And then he stopped and he turned around and he started working right back up that trail right towards you. And
well, it was neat because we saw the cow and it's like we're running out of light. We can't worry about what she does, so we just hurried down through there, and I could see his rack looking up through the oak brush, and that's really all you could see. Actually, the first time I glassed it, I told Aubrey, because there's such a sharp bank, it looked like it was right on the ground.
Yeah.
I said, he's got to be right there, or else I'm looking at a big shed antler. So one time, and he turned and looked up, and then, yeah, he started up, we started over. And I kept thinking he could see us, but I don't think he could really, he just see movement. And I know he knew we were between him and his cow. Aubrey said, we're getting low on light, we got to hurry. And he came out just at the last second. He could have and got it on video.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I want to thank you very much. Yeah. It's been a great trip. And actually,
you guys coming out.
You guys will end up seeing all this take place, but I've been out every couple weeks and I've taken a beautiful bull elk, a big buck antelope, and now a nice bull moose. So you've got an operation that's pretty incredible.
Well, I'd done it. I'd taken a fantastic Shiras moose with my bow. And I really recommend this outfitter. They do a fantastic job for big elk, big mule deer, and of course big Shiras moose. And now is one step closer to my North American Super Slam. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed today's show, and I hope you'll tune in again next time. Until then, I'm your host, Phil Phillips, and always remember these three things. Be safe, practice good conservation, and always leave it better than you found it. We'll see you next time.
With the moose headed to the freezer, Phil turned his truck toward the Midwest and headed for his favorite Kansas whitetail ranch. But that's another story and another future episode of Phil Phillips Unleashed.
I'm a cowboy. I'm a worldwide cowboy. And there ain't no way you're ever gonna slow me down. I said, ooh, 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 ooh. I said, ooh, 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 ooh.
This has been a Steve's Outdoor Adventures production.